All right, Kevin, time for the first Phase 2 MCU movie. It is Iron Man 3. This came. Oh, wait. No, yeah, sorry. Okay. I moved up the list over here. This came out a full year after the Avengers, May 3rd, 2013. Marvel loves their first weekend of May. Um, yeah, so this was Shane Black's directed Iron Man 3. First movies post the Avengers. What do you think about
Well, from what I remember, it was after it's kind of taking place after the events in the Avengers and Tony Stark dealing with that PTSD. Um, Overall, I absolutely remember being so disappointed. I just watched a recap a second ago, and I was thinking about creating a tier below Hulk
it?
for this movie. I
Damn.
was just I was just that disappointed by the Mandarin, and
Yeah.
I I remember it. I Without looking at the recap, I remembered one of the lines from the trailer that was just I don't know why it tickled my brain. It was just some people see me as a terrorist. I think of myself as a teacher. And I don't know. It was just such an epic line to me. To like, I'm like, oh shit! And then you see like Tony Stark is looking like he's losing against the Mandarin, because they don't know where the Mandarin is. He's hidden, and you find out he's just a freaking actor. And then I found out because I didn't go into these movies. You were always caught up on the comic lore and everything, and you even told me even after the movie that he's not even true to the comics. Like they went completely left field with this movie.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I disassociated with the movie after seeing the reveal that he's an actor. Um, and I don't think even after seeing the recap, like it did much to uh change my opinion much. But I do like the Iron Patriot made his debut, like where I guess it's Warhammer that
War
is
Machine.
rebranded as Iron Patriot, right?
War Machine.
Uh, War Machine. Sorry, that's right. And then you got to see a lot of the Iron Man suits that that wasn't shown like
Yeah.
in the rest of the universe. So you got a lot of the suits, which only lasted that movie because he wanted to show his devotion to Pepper Potts. So after beating the big bad, he destroys them all.
Yeah.
So not that they just saved his life, his and Pepper Potts' life or anything,
Yeah.
um, yeah, just I was so unhappy with this movie back when I saw it, and yeah. So I definitely, for me, it's still I don't even know. It's a D. It's below Iron Man 2.
Wow. Wow.
For
Okay.
me, I
Okay.
freaking hated it.
Okay.
But back
Yeah.
when I saw it, I think
Yeah.
the trailer was misleading. I think that's what the issue was. Is like you're misled by the trailer, and then the big reveal about the Mandarin is like halfway through the movie, or maybe not even three quarters, and it was like I don't know. It was just, and it was because Killian, who you kind of saw him as probably being the big bad, or at least as some form of bad guy at the beginning of the movie, and the reveal was that he's actually the bad guy. Killian was.
The
He's
guy
actually the Mandarin.
the Guy Pearce character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that worked very well. I do agree. I agree with you, Kevin. This movie doesn't work as well for me as the other movies that we talked about. Um,
I would have been interesting in seeing a comic accurate Mandarin, just because
oh, dude.
I
Yeah.
don't know it well enough.
Well, talk about like powerful mystics. Like you have someone who's able to do mystical arts. Like think about Doctor Strange and how cool he is on doing all of
Yeah.
his powers. Like having a villain that could do mystical powers would be awesome to see. Instead, we got a guy who's an actor, and again, played by a fantastic actor, one of the best of our generation, absolutely. So, like, I will say it was disappointing, a little misleading. Um, a lot of it too was this road movie with this young kid that's not even
Yep.
related to Tony Stark. Like, it's not his kid, but it's like a surrogate or whatever. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, this ranks pretty low for me too. You're thinking it's the Hulk tier?
That's what. Unless you want to, if it goes in the C tier, it's below Iron Man 2. It's for me. I mean, unless I gotta watch Iron Man 2 again, but I maybe it's because Iron Man 2 didn't have the build up that Iron Man 3 had going into it, and that's I think it's one of those. It's a victim to overhype for
Yeah.
me. I think.
Well, the first movie post the Avengers, right? Like,
Hmm.
how do you
Yeah,
follow that up? And I think that it
with an
was,
actor.
yeah, yeah. And gosh, like this was like he got a huge bankroll for this movie. I remember like hearing like how much RDJ got paid for this, and it's like half the budget, if not more, was just his salary. So, yeah,
It did well in the box office. I'll give it that.
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, it did do well, but I think it was only because of the popularity again of the character and following the Avengers. But I don't know, dude. Like C or Hulk? Ugh, that's tough. Let's put it there for now. Let's see how it goes. I don't think we have a hard rule either that once it goes in a rank, it has to stay there. I think we could
No.
say, oh, you know what? Let's even some of these out. So for now, Iron Man 3 C rank.
All right. Uh, the aggregate average.
Mm,
Want to guess?
I would love
It
to.
actually. Well, I won't give a hint.
um. Okay. I think it reviewed better than the first ones that we were talking about that were kind of low. Let's say it is ranked number 18.
18. Not too far off.
Okay.
It's 25 actually. It's
Uh,
up there in the
oh,
so it got ranked better than Iron Man 2 and Thor.
okay.
Uh
Okay.
in its ranking.
Not far.
It got a 77.0. So
Okay. All right.
and as a just a callback, the Avengers was an 85.0. So
Jeez. Yeah.
definitely fell down
Close.
a little.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
now for domestic gross.
Okay. So I know this did pretty well. The Avengers did 600 something. So the Iron Mans were in the 300s. Let's say let's say 420.
Well, 409.
Not
You're up
bad.
there.
Not
You're not bad.
bad. I'll take
You're
that.
with you're within 15 million. So
There
of
you
it.
go. There you go. That's all I
Oh.
need. Cool, man.
All
All right.
right.
Well, enough about that movie. Oh, great. Another great movie to talk about. Uh, the second movie of Phase 2, Thor the Dark World. Um, this is the first one that we saw together. I think we saw it at the Beach Theater, right?
Oh yeah, that was the one we saw at the beach theater.
Yeah. I think that this one and the next movie we saw at the Beach Theater. So, oh, you know what would be fun actually? Let's put all of Phase 2.
Oh, that's good.
There you go. So now we got like a Phase 2 um queue. Yeah, man. Wow. So Thor: The Dark World. I think this movie is a wet fart too. I think it's not a great follow up to the first movie, the Thor first movie. I would prefer to watch that one any day over this one. Um, I don't think the villain is great. I think the actor is amazing. Again, they got an incredible actor. He was a Doctor Who for goodness sake. Like they get talented people, but I think probably an issue of the screenwriting. Even though, wow, some of the screenwriters did the first Avenger, the Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely or Feely. They both worked with Christopher Yost on this movie, so they had their crop of people working on this one, but I just don't think it worked at all. Not a fan of it. They shoehorned in the Infinity Gems. You had the red Infinity Gem as like the main power source going on in this film, and I think it was just um, it drowned in that. Unfortunately, I don't think the script could handle trying to shoe all that in. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, this movie doesn't work for me. What about you, Kevin?
I'm right there with you. Malekith as an enemy was just, like you said, a wet fart. But we got to see Thor and Loki team up. But kind of. And then, the big hidden thing at Loki's Odin in the end, and we get to see the Collector, and I think it's is it the after credit scene with the Collectors? That makes two stones kind of thing, so it's kind of leading up or hinting at
Yeah.
The Infinity Stones, gathering them and that kind of thing. So
Yep.
I mean, it had little spots of like tidbits that's building up into the MCU universe kind of thing.
So that was just him in the post credit. He wasn't in the movie, right?
I think if I saw correctly, the Collector does show up in the movie at some point, but or maybe it is just a post credit scene. I'll have to look at it again, but
if my memory serves correct, I want to say he showed up in the post-credit sequence of this movie and then appeared in like the actual movie in Guardians of the Galaxy. If my canon is correct there.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a good call. I forgot that he was introduced in this one.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I didn't feel any kind of emotional connection to the enemy, the bad guy Malekith. It just was like one of those filler movies to me. It didn't really add much to the universe as a whole, except like you said, it kind of brings in the Infinity Stone. But
yeah,
overall, it's not really high on my tier list.
Okay.
C above Iron Man 3.
I think this gets
maybe below.
I think this.
I said I might just be jaded from the whole treatment.
I think you're going down the Hulk tier, Dark World. I'd rather watch Iron Man 3 before watching Dark World again.
I'll go with it then. Like I said, I got a recap because I couldn't remember the Thor movies too well, so I made a point to watch real quick, like a 4-minute recap. So obviously that wasn't enough to remember the whole movie. So, but yeah, no, we'll go with that because, like I said, the Thor movies at large, they weren't like my favorites, I guess. But I guess the first Thor was probably good because you got introduced to it all. But and Loki coming out from the whole Thor universe was a huge win. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
Okay, sweet. All right. Well, let's say for the ranking, what are we gonna guess? So, you said we have 37 films. I want to say this is below the other ones that we've talked about already. So let's say this is. You know what? I'm just going to shoot forward. This is ranked 37.
Nope. But it is down. It is, like I said, the last 5, 32 to 37, I'm questioning, but we'll go with it.
Yeah.
This one is 31.
Okay.
It's ranked 31st of 37.
I'll accept that.
And as a flat 70.
Okay.
70.0. And as far as domestic,
oh yeah, sorry, that's my Forgot what we were doing.
Oh, there you go. I found it. Well, I was looking forward to it, but I found it.
Okay. Gosh. Okay. Domestic for this movie. I don't think it did as well as Iron Man 3. That was like really ballooned up. Let's go with. Let's go 200.
206 million.
Woo, baby! I'm on fire.
Good job.
Thanks, buddy. If this is all I get today, I'm good with that. All right, cool. Well, that's a fun game. I like that game.
You're doing pretty well.
Thanks. All right, cool. Well, enough of that movie. Let's talk about a good movie. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So this one came out. Thor: The Dark World was 2013 as well, November 8th. Captain America: The Winter Soldier, April 4th, 2014. The very rare April release. I don't know if they've ever had another April release. It's kind of okay. Sorry. So interesting. Yeah, a full month before May. Interesting. But this is the first movie that gave us the Russo brothers as directors. And if you're familiar with their work, they've done big things for the MCU. So I would say the success of this movie and how well this one turned out is why we got the Russo brothers so strongly represented in the MCU. So I think this movie's awesome. I don't think it's as great as a lot of people rank this one. I think a lot of people rank this one really high, and I think it's up there. I think it's a great movie. I think it's executed very well. I like the spy part. Like I like when they can do a good spy movie. Like this is our James Bond in the MCU, basically, right? So
we get a lot of Black Widow in this one too, right?
Yeah, you got Black Widow. You have Sebastian Stan returning as the Winter Soldier, and this is modern time Captain America, post Avengers, still fighting Hydra, but in the modern time now. Yeah,
Anthony Mackie as Falcon.
You got introduced to Anthony Mackie. Yeah, that's a really good thing to bring up. Wow, yeah, I forgot about that. He got introduced early. Gosh, he's been in the MCU for over 10 years now. Good for him. That's awesome.
I think he earned the mantle, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like the whole Falcon turning into Captain America, that's straight from the comics too. So
cool.
I think they did justice doing that. But yeah, wow, and like On Your Left, that was introduced in this movie, and they called that back in Endgame. So pretty important movie to the MCU. So I think this ranks pretty high for me. What about you?
I do remember liking it a lot. I'm a little foggy in some of the details. I won't lie. I'm actually kind of looking through it now, and I remember the espionage. This is the one. This is the movie where they had the big. Like the sky ship, right? Is this the one where it crashes, or is that in Civil War?
I want to say Hello Carrier crashes in this one. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that was a crazy scene. Like the whole battle scene up there on that and everything. That was really cool. Overall, I like the movie a lot. But like I said, there's like little like the minutia, the minute details and everything. I'm not going to be able to fill much content. I'll just be completely honest with it. But I do remember liking it. It's one I could probably pick up and watch again, though. I don't remember coming away from it mad at all about that movie. Or disliking any big aspect of it. But I do kind of remember it being more of like an espionage kind of movie.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, that sounds like it's pretty favorable. Where are we going to put it?
Let's see. It could be, I'd say at least A tier, possibly.
Yeah, I'm thinking A tier as well. Are we thinking above the first Avenger? Are we thinking above Iron Man? Are we thinking behind the pack? I don't know. Like,
So do we hold anything against them because like we're already talking 7 years after the first Iron Man, right? Like
yeah,
so CGI has gotten better. The scene like it compared to like Iron Man took place a lot of it in a cave. Like it was more. There wasn't like it wasn't fantastical,
sure.
but it wasn't supposed to be either. Um, so I don't know if grading. I guess just on the movie as a whole.
Yeah.
I probably would like it better than personally probably better than the first Captain America, but not sure about the first Iron Man though.
Okay. I'm cool with this for right now.
Okay.
I think that's fair. I think the Captain America first two movies, I think as this list is showing, those are the most successful movies for the solo character. These first phases, like both are ranked very high for us. So I think this is a good spot for it right now. I like that.
I think I know. I think you know where to put this next one. I don't think there's. Oh well, sorry, we didn't do
We
the.
didn't do the games. Come
We
on.
skipped. We skipped everything. My bad. My bad.
You're breaking sequence, man.
I am.
Okay, well, so now we get to put the ranking on it for the critics and everything. The aggregate ranking. I think this got really high. I think this is probably ranked really high overall. I'm gonna say it's in the top 10. I'm gonna go with number 10.
It is tied for 10. So there was 3 of them that scored with a 85.0, and that was one of them. So this tied with the Avengers as far as the first Avengers for the ranking.
Sweet.
Awesome. So, good job.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Cool. Okay.
And now domestic gross.
Oof. Okay. I think this one did really well on the box office. Did it do as well as the first two Iron Man movies? I think it did a little less.
Crazy. I'm just gonna verify through Wiki real quick because I just want to make sure without giving anything away.
I'm gonna say 280.
Okay, I guess I don't got to verify it because if you're saying that, then because 280 is below Iron Man 2, but it's a 259.8.
Okay,
according to the AI machine here. So it's the I wasn't giving the rankings before. It's the 22nd ranked grossing film in the MCU.
Cool. We have 3 more movies in Phase 2. So this was the other movie that came out in 2014. This is Guardians of the Galaxy.
One of the most successful gambles, I think, of the entire MCU.
Yeah, man. Like, you're not wrong. I like that you said gamble. Like, that's exactly what this is. Like, looking at the release cadence of Phase 1 and Phase 2, very familiar characters, right? Even if back when all these movies came out, they weren't the A tier Marvel characters at the time. They were pretty low. Like, no one cared about Iron Man before the first movie came out. No one. Yeah. Like, yeah, sure, some people, like the comic nerds did, but public, no one cared about that character. No. No. But recognizable. You still recognize that was a Marvel person. Captain America, very recognizable, but they're not Spider-Man. They're not the X-Men, right?
No. So they're not household name.
No. Even Thor. Like, Thor, still very, I would say, very obscure, but has now become a big thing. But still relatively known people. The Guardians of the Galaxy? Who the heck heard about them before this movie came out?
No, the unconventional characters. Everyone worked out very well. Like the acting, the storytelling. I love this movie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of the MCU is the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, especially the first two. So you got James Gunn coming in, directing and has a writing credit on it. Takes lead of in charge of the soundtrack too. I mean, you can't talk about this movie without talking about the soundtrack. It's a part of the movie, and I believe James Gunn, like when he's writing the screenplays, will have like music playing, and like that will influence the scene that he's working on. So, and it goes to show like there's just so much care and attention to detail with these movies, and he brings these characters to life. He brought a freaking tree monster and a rocket or a raccoon monster thing to life in such a way that you feel for them, like you want them to be your friends, and like I just love it. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. I definitely rank this one pretty high, and it sounds like you feel the same way, Kevin.
I think I was skeptical of Batista as an actor going into it. Like that's an interesting choice, but then it paid off so well. The whole cast and crew, all three movies, like it just their chemistry on in the movies are some of the greatest. I noticed someone one of the reviews cause I watched to prepare for this. I watched a 22-minute review where a guy kind of went very quickly through his tier list, so to speak, and he mentioned like you don't get many team ups where they're cohesive and act like family. Even like the Avengers movies, like they have their own like subset of beliefs and different. They're not they're working together toward a goal, but they don't feel like a family, so to speak. And Guardians of the Galaxy does that. Like they're just excellent chemistry between all the characters, and like I said, the writing, the music. I mean, I would try to do some of the music if I knew I'd sound like screaming cats when I sing, so I'm not going to try.
I will say it's the only soundtrack of these movies that I have on vinyl, so I mean, it goes to show that like I want to listen to these collection of songs that he put together because they're just so good. I mean, he curated such a good list and introduced me to songs that I love that just they came out in the 70s, and for one reason or another, like they fall off. It was what, now that's 40 years later. So he brought like the Uka Chaka song. Wasn't that like it went right up to the billboards after this movie came out? Yeah,
Went on my Spotify list.
Right. Yeah, and now we all know it, and
Yep.
I think it's a gift. I think this is a beautiful movie. I think we have to put it in the S rank.
That easily.
Oh wait, so not Hulk tier, right?
Hulk doesn't make an appearance, so by default, my light the light in my room just dimmed.
Oh, too much Hulk energy.
Because you were putting it in the Hulk tier.
James Gunn saw what I was doing and didn't like it.
Oh.
Okay. Do we want to place it in front of Avengers or behind Avengers? Oh man, that's a tough one, buddy.
That is a very tough one. Can we say they're even for their own? Well, because I guess one has to edge over the other. So,
I mean, okay. So just being in the tier just goes to show like the class that it's in.
Yeah.
The ranking kind of is. I mean, you could have ties, but
I say I say go ahead and give Guardians the edge, just
Ooh.
because I'll give it the edge just because you're not bringing together a band of well-known superheroes, and like I said, just the way they were able to accomplish that. Um, I will have something ranked above Guardians of the Galaxy, but um, I guess I'll give it the edge over the first Avengers.
Okay, I like that. I like that way of thinking. This movie succeeded in giving us a team up movie per se in like in one shot. Like I think
Mm,
it did what Justice League, not to talk about DC too much, but what that failed in, I think this
mm,
one really succeeded in giving us a cast that we didn't see before and made us fall in love with them. Where Avengers, we knew those characters. We wanted them to team up from the get go. So yeah, I like that way of thinking. I think it looks good in front of Avengers. I like it.
Little side note, since you brought it up, DC, the Justice League, how is that saying like you have some of the most well recognized superheroes and you failed at bringing that together? And you have no name, like non household names. Now I feel like they're a little more household name, but
Yeah.
like the Guardians of the Galaxy perform so much better than the whole Justice League. So
I think it goes to show who's in charge of making the movie. I think that
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I think it goes to show because this year we got James Gunn made a Superman movie, and we haven't seen that movie. Not because, like, for me, I want to see that movie, but it's hard for me to go out to the theaters nowadays.
Yeah.
But I think to answer your question, I think it just goes to show when you have a strong visionary making a movie, that's the difference that
Yeah.
you
I can
need.
agree with
So
that.
yeah,
Yeah. Because then James Gunn, he's already made it successful with the new Superman movie, so
yeah,
kind of
outperformed the recent MC movies. So I mean, goes to show.
yeah.
All
So where
right.
do you think Guardians of the Galaxy ranked?
Okay, so this is the review ranking. I think this ranked pretty high. It probably didn't rank as high as the other recent ones. Let's say 15.
Final answer?
Sure. Number one. Sorry, just number one. I'll go
Uh,
15.
it, again, don't hate on me for this ranking list. It's not. Well, this one you won't be disappointed with,
Okay.
but anybody else? Guardians of the Galaxy got number 4.
Oh, all right. I'll
Yeah,
take it. Hey, great.
87.7.
I didn't believe in the critics and all the aggregates that we're using, so I did not believe. I am
I came
happy to.
through for you on this one.
I'm happy to see that. I'll gladly take the
um,
L on that one.
and just a reminder, number 3 was Iron Man, the first Iron Man.
Right.
So yeah,
That's awesome. I love hearing that. Cool,
yeah,
dude.
so
All
it's up
right.
there.
Well, box office wise, how did this one do? Ah,
Okay,
interesting.
found it.
Okay. I do want to say this is a little higher than your average. So I'm going to say it's in the 230s.
Final answer.
260.
So it's funny how, before I tell you it, and I'll hold this. It's funny how in the rankings it is one below Iron Man, the first Iron Man. Domestic, it is one above Iron Man. The first Iron Man did 318.6. Guardians of the Galaxy did 333.2. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
and you said 230, so you had the 30 part right.
Thanks, bud. Wow, it did 330?
Yeah,
Wow, good
no,
for
it's the
it.
18th highest grossing. So
Awesome.
domestic.
Awesome. Good for Guardians. I
Mhm.
love that. That's good to hear. Okay, cool. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
All right. Well, enough
holds
about.
a special place in our hearts for a reason. So
Ah, dude, I could watch that movie any day. And like,
easily.
I had a friend over, and we watched Volume Two just on a whim, and I was like, oh, that's a weird choice. But then, I mean, not to get ahead of ourselves, but like, just watching Volume Two again, it's just like, oh, I just love these characters. I love the world that he created. So good. All right, buddy. Well, we have two more movies in Phase Two. This next one, Avengers: Age of Ultron, came out a full year after the last two movies, May 1st of 2015. Avengers: Age of Ultron. Do you want to kick this one off?
From what I remember from Age of Ultron, it's it doesn't get hate for me like Iron Man 3 did. But that was, I would say, another one where the trailer over. Well, okay, the trailer hyped it up where it needed to be. They, from what I think even you told me, like Ultron wasn't quite as powerful as he was in the comics, but he was still um a very good big bad for the movie, or for the universe in general.
Yeah.
Uh, Overall, I remember enjoying it. I liked it. And we had, let's see, Age of Ultron. Let me see my notes real quick. My actual notes, not. Um, oh, so this one key note that I got from. I'm actually stealing this one from the other guy. How I mentioned Avengers, you don't really get the familial feel to it. This one was the closest it got to that, I think.
Sure.
And like I said, I am piggybacking off of another guy. I probably should give him credit. Um, uh, when I get his name later, I will. But the Avengers felt a little more familial. I remember they were like, around the round table talking and, kind of joking around. They're kind of jokey and stuff like that. And,
Well, there's a
but I
whole.
remember Ultron. Sorry?
Sorry. I to piggyback on that, I think the movie did a good job of you open the movie, they're on a mission together, they're being badass together, and they're working together, and then we get the after party. We get them all hanging out at the Avengers Tower and
Yep.
being that family. I,
Yep.
I do think that was a very important scene, and I think it's probably one of the better aspects of this movie is
Is
the
that where
opening.
Ultron makes his
Yep.
appearance? Possibly he crawls in like one of his little bodies that crawls in. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, he crashes it like
yeah,
great way to show off a villain.
yeah. Like I said, I don't really have much negative to say about it. It's just I guess I didn't, being not an avid comic book reader. Uh, if the comic was in front of me, I would read it. I just didn't grow up with them. I guess I'll say it that way. Not that I
Sure.
have nothing against comics, but like Age of Ultron was like world-ending bad. Like, wasn't he like in the comics? Like, wasn't he like much more devastating than he was in the movies? In the movie?
Yeah, I would say so. Like he's a big threat in the comics. Definitely used a lot.
Mm.
He was made by Hank Pym, who was the original Ant Man. So right
Oh,
away,
okay.
yeah, like right away you get a difference. You have a verging path of where in our movies Tony Stark is the creator, where in the
That
comics,
okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
right? So you get a little bit of difference, but you get the same idea where you have this robot who has like almost like a hive mind kind of characteristic where he has like infinite duplicates of himself. So
Yeah.
the character Ultron, I think they did a good job in this movie portraying him. Real quick, too, this is Josh Whedon again. So Josh was the director of the first two Avengers movies, and then that's it. Nothing else from him in the MCU. So, and kind of a controversial figure. We don't have to go too deep into that, but I think he definitely had a part of shaping some of this the Marvel movies. So I think it is important to bring up his influence. And I think this movie is a little bogged down with um, the Infinity Gems a little bit. It has a lot of characters. It introduces Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, we got the okay, so they appeared in a post credit sequence. They appeared in Captain America's post credit sequence, the Winter Soldier,
Oh, okay.
I think, or
Oh,
Thor
I
the
think you're
Dark
right.
World. It's either Thor, but Thor did the Collector, so it must have been Winter Soldier. Like I yeah, but in any case, so you get the full on introduction in this movie, and I think this movie overall is a little bloated. I think for me, like watching it on repeat watches, it feels a little long. It feels dragged out. You have Vision too. You get introduced to Vision, and I think they nailed the presentation of Vision, but he's just not used that much. Like I feel like in this movie, he's brought in at the very end, and I guess does some laser
I think I do
beams.
remember that actually, like the build up, but then he wasn't utilized. He was sparingly. Um,
Yeah, maybe it's a CGI budget. Like maybe it's too much to put him in there, along with having a robot army. Like these movies' budgets are pretty up there. Like I imagine they spent a pretty penny on this one. So, but still,
should have
not.
gotten the CGI for my career.
Oh my god, seriously, dude, we screwed up. Look at us. We're just talking about the movies you could have been making them.
You've always wanted to do that, though. You had
But
such ambition.
yeah. Yeah, overall though, I think this is the weakest of the Avengers movies. If you're going to talk about just the Avenger movies that we've had, I think this is the weakest. I don't think it's a bad movie though. I do think it's just kind of bogged down by too much. So, um what are you thinking on ranking? I'm kind of leaning towards B tier.
B tier. Okay.
Above
I
Thor.
so I'm not trying to cope or just ride on your coattails. I do remember when I watched the movie, like leaving like not thinking it was great. So, but I want to say I think I had to do a little bit with like the trailer. I remember having a feeling the trailer kind of overhyped it, but not to the level of Iron Man 3, nowhere near for me. Um, but I couldn't like standing here like I couldn't remember exactly why. I just remember Ultron wasn't. Maybe that's why. Maybe it was that they didn't use him much, like without realizing, without remembering it clearly. That's maybe why. Like maybe I wanted to see more of him, and you had the big final battle at the end, like the build up to it, and then the big final battle. And I still remember like the one. Was there one that escaped, or did they get that one that was in the woods? Like there
I,
was one at the very end, looked like it was escaping into the woods. I couldn't
um,
remember if they
well,
did kill him or not.
there's like a final scene where he's talking to maybe the Vision, maybe.
That's what it was, I think, because they're
Yeah,
both created by Tony Stark, so it was like the meeting of both sides of it.
yeah. But like that's the thing too. Like they killed him off essentially in this one, and Ultron could have just stayed. You don't need to completely kill him off. You could have used them more and more. So I don't know. It's tricky. Like obviously they bring some people back, but and they've brought back Ultron in other ways, like the What If series. He was used a bit in a good way, and some other stuff. But I don't think it was correct in killing him off. He should have
Yeah.
stayed around in some capacity, but we don't get
But
paid
yeah,
that money to
B
figure
B
that out.
tier, I agree with. I think I like that above Thor, definitely.
You don't think it should be higher or lower? Like you think it's good for B?
I think I'm fine with B. 'Cause I remember, like I said, I do remember having some level of disappointment with it, and that might have
Yeah,
been why the lack of Ultron. And a movie with his title and his name in the title.
Yeah, yeah. And the actor who portrayed him,
He
hold.
has some good lines and stuff. I remember that was another one where he had some good dialogue. I remember I liked.
Yeah, James Spader, like, his voice was so great as that person. Like, I think they definitely did a good job picking him. But I just, yeah, overall, Ultron could have been used better, I feel.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Is it game time?
it's game time.
Ooh. We're gonna have to use this again in a different way going forward.
All
I
right.
like this. I like this. All right, buddy. Ranking of Age of Ultron for the critics. Um,
Yep.
I think this is gonna be in the middle somewhere. Let's say 18.
Not too bad of a guess.
Okay.
It's 23, so
Okay.
just 5 off. So you weren't that far off of it. So it's number 23 with a 78.7. Or I guess it's tied for 22. There's another movie with a 78.7.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Cool. All
and
right.
then gross domestically or domestic gross.
Oh, okay. Now this is it's a big one. It's not as much as the first Avengers, which was in the hot like 620, 630. So this is a
623 for the
six,
first one.
thank you. Okay. I want to say 600.
According to the list, 459.
Oh,
So
okay. Fuck.
interestingly enough, this is something I was mentioning it back when we did the Avengers, and I stopped myself like, no, because then I'm gonna be giving away numbers. There's an interesting jump from the Avengers is number 6, Avengers: Age of Ultron's number 7, and it goes
Wow.
from 459 jumps to 623 is the as
Is
far as the gross.
isn't that crazy? Like, what a
Yeah,
difference.
nothing hit the 500s, which is interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that's very interesting. All right. Well, cool, man. Very interesting film. I think as phase two is coming to a close here, definitely some highs and lows with this one. We had a mix of great to kind of bad movies. So, and
Yeah.
like mid tier, yeah, like we have phase two has one in each rank. So we have one more phase two film, Ant Man, the follow up to Avengers: Age of Ultron. This is July of 2015. Peyton Reed is the director. Famously, Edgar Wright of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz fame was supposed to be the director of this. I want to say they announced it as like a Phase One movie, but for whatever reason, they just were not agreeing on a script together. So Edgar Wright dropped out, and they kept going because I mean you have a great cast of Paul Rudd as Ant Man.
All right.
I mean
Mhm.
Paul Rudd makes this movie. If he's not Ant Man, I don't think this would have done anything. I don't think they would have made this movie. Um. All right. Do you want to start this one?
Well, I'm trying to jog my memory on it a little bit, but overall, I do remember liking the movie. It wasn't like epic. It was a
Yeah.
good, fun movie. I remember what's his face's. I'm trying to figure out his name right now, actually, the actual actor's name. But in the movie, he's Lewis, the guy who tells the storytelling. He
Uh,
goes and does.
Michael Penne. I could be
Oh,
pronouncing the
Pena. Yeah, Michael
Pena.
Pena.
Pena's. Thank you.
There you go. He has Lewis. Yeah, no, he's funny. He's
Yeah.
a really good uh, side character to Paul Rudd, and um, overall, like I remember it being just kind of like a heist movie, but I can't. They hadn't introduced like Giant Man or anything. It was just like an introducing just Ant Man really. Um, I don't. It's probably not going to be like too terribly high on mine. If it's On the tier list, it might be one I have to like rewatch or do a recap because that's one I didn't get to do a recap of. But my notes says Lewis's storytelling, and I'm like heist movie.
Uh-huh.
So
That
that was my little notes for it.
honestly,
Yeah.
that's probably the best parts of the movie. Yeah, which is kind
um,
of saying something. I think this is a mixed bag. I think there's parts of it that I do remember liking a lot. I think overall, though, I don't think it has enough charm. I don't think it does enough. I don't know. It's hard. Yeah,
it,
I haven't watched this movie since it came out 10 years ago, probably, which probably goes to show that it doesn't really.
it's
Um,
just introducing Ant-Man to the MCU basically
yeah,
to build up. So
yeah. I don't think it has like the character that James Gunn brought to the Guardians of the Galaxy, or like Josh Whedon did with the first Avengers. So you don't have. I think the biggest charm was the Lewis character, like the monologue, like that was really cool and funny.
yeah.
Overall, I think the movie is going as a comedy route, but I just don't think it has enough to really make it
Did
matter.
you? How did you feel? It was Yellow Jacket. Was that
Yellow
the
Jacket's the big
villain?
bad. Yep. That is Corey Stoll. Yeah. House of Cards fame. Um, I I don't. He's an interesting
Oh, is
guy.
that's the guy from
Quantumania.
ah that I recognize him. Yeah.
Yep. Very famously brought back. We'll talk
Yep.
about that in the future um, part, but yeah, I don't know. This movie doesn't do enough for me. I would probably say it's a B or C. Um, Probably leaning more towards higher
See?
end C.
Yeah.
That sound cool?
That's kind of you hit the nail on the head for me too. I think High
Okay.
C above Iron Man 2.
Yeah. Like, and I would watch this one again. I'm not against it, but I'm just not driven to. And I definitely will say like I'll pretty much watch all these movies again at some point. Like I do, I have them all on Blu-ray still, especially the first two or three phases. I have a whole collection of, but eventually I stopped because of Disney Plus and just digital taking over. But no, I do like what they did. I just don't think it stacks up to some of the other stuff. It's a good movie. It's just not a great.
Yeah.
It's
I
not a
can agree with
great.
that.
It's not a great MCU film.
Yeah. It definitely just kind of felt like we're introducing Ant-Man and giving you a little origin story. That's what it was. It was, and I wouldn't say he's a household name either.
No.
So yeah, didn't quite hit how Iron Man, I guess. Like you said, no one really cared about Iron Man. I don't know that everyone really cared about Ant-Man,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but
even the
yeah,
charm of Paul Rudd can only do so much.
yeah, exactly. And I love Paul Rudd, so
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. All right. Cool. Well, let's do everyone's favorite game, the box office ranking.
yep.
Or yeah, no, sorry. This is the film critic. We're doing film
The film
critic.
critic, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. I don't think this one ranked as high as other ones. Hmm. Is it in the lowest here? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna say 22.
That's actually 20.
Oh,
Very close.
I'll take it. Not bad. Not bad.
It an 80. Oh, actually, I guess it. What it tied with. It tied with number 19, which I won't say that number, but it's 80 or that name, but it's a 80.3. There's another one with an 80.3.
Okay. Okay.
So
80.3. Wow. Still up. I mean, 80 is a great score for critic average. Like
yeah.
that's great.
hmm
All right. Cool.
And
Now the
again, that's the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes and the Metacritic score, coupled with the cinema score, which is the audience grade. Just a reminder.
I like it. I think that's a good summation of the reception of the movies. I think that's a good way of finding that. So good on you,
Yeah.
Kevin, for doing that. Thank you for introducing that, by the way. That was awesome.
No problem. You're welcome, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man.
Now, domestic gross.
Domestic.
Show me the money.
Ooh. How much money did Ant-Man make at the box office? Oh wow, this one I'm blanking on actually. So you're coming off of Age of Ultron that did in the high 490 whatever it was. So I don't. It was definitely nowhere near that. But I want to say it's probably towards the bottom. So let's go 170.
Within 10 million, my friend.
Yes.
It's 180.2 million.
Okay.
The 28th. Well, again, the list is missing 3 names, but it's listed as 28 on here. So
Okay. I'll take it.
At 180.2. It is between. We've already covered the other 2 movies, so I'll go ahead and put perspective, I guess. Captain America: The First Avenger was beneath it at 29, and Thor, the very first one, it was above it at 181. So it's all in the same ballpark.
Yeah. What a spread of performance of movies, and I think probably by design too. I would imagine if you were running this film franchise, you can't go in saying every movie is going to make $600 million or even 300 million, like basing off of Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously they would want that. I would say they probably would love if every movie made that kind of money, but
yeah,
you gotta recognize that you got real lucky. Great casting, great script, great direction, and I would probably want to say, I don't know, you get a lot of mix when it comes to the later movies, but I would say they believe that they're releasing the best product at the time. And like we said before, I enjoy going to the theater and watching these movies every time. I laugh. I love seeing the characters on the big screen. So I think that works so much for this series. If it wasn't for the characters, this just would not work. And even the ranking, like it's just for fun. Like they're all good movies overall. We have our faults, but that's also the fun of this is calling out which one our favorites are, which ones are not as good. But I still take this over a lot of different stuff out there. So, cool, man. Well, that's phase 2. Anything else on phase 2 before we move on?
No, just want to say so far out of 12 movies, we've enjoyed 10 of them. So.
Well, okay, to be fair, I did enjoy The Incredible Hulk. Like, I probably watched that one more than I've watched other movies, because...
Yeah, you're not lying. It's just disconnected from the rest of the MCU. That's all. I think that's its only fault, honestly. It's just getting bashed.
It is. It might be unfairly, too, but, I don't like the design. The Hulk design was not good in that.
Yeah, that one, I don't like... Yeah, no. I don't. I think the Hulk they have now is much better.
Oh.
That one looked like the CGI didn't match up, or whoever was designing it didn't quite hit it. Was it that one or the first Hulk that I was thinking of, where the love interest is like trying to talk him down from being ruthless? I can't remember. It was something.
It's probably...
It was the Beauty and the Beast, basically.
It's probably this one. There's definitely parts of that. I think that's just also goes with the character. I think you always have the human character trying to talk down the beast. I mean, that's just Hulk in general. So, yeah. But I want to say you're referring to the Incredible Hulk. Liv Tyler was the love interest, Betty Ross. So, That sounds more like that movie. But yeah, man. Well, this has been really cool. We've done 2 phases so far. I hope everyone at home's been enjoying this, and we're going to take a quick break before we start phase 3. Stay tuned.
Woo!